is up, everybody? I hope you guys are all doing great and having a wonderful day. I was inspired to make this video kind of randomly just because of this kind of ongoing thing or these ongoing situations that would happen to me in the sense of dealing with police. So people just have a kind of a, I guess maybe a slightly skewed perspective of police. I'm not going to say that they're all good. At the end of the day, you need to realize that police officers are just human beings, just like us. They have emotions. They do the same thing. They're just doing their job, just like when you're at work, if you worked at, I don't know, say fast food or something like that, just because you're, hey, can I take your order? That doesn't mean that's you all the time. I mean, that's you doing your job, just like they have to do their job. And, the point of this video is the reason this I was inspired to, make this video is because I just got a ticket, or I should say a warning, for I wasn't paying attention, so it was my fault. I'll admit when I'm wrong. I wasn't paying attention. I made a left where you weren't supposed to make a left, and I was going a little quick through the parking lot. I don't know, maybe 25, 30, and that's fast in a parking lot. It's off the road into a parking lot. So I was going kind of quick. So I look up, see the lights behind me, speeding up on me. I'm like, all right, I already know what's going on. And I knew, I thought he had pulled me over because I was kind of going quick to the parking lot. I wasn't paying. I didn't even notice the sign. That's what I got pulled over for. But so the cop gets out, comes over, just kind of starts talking to me, and I end up just getting some warnings. Cop kind of jokes with me about I still have Ohio tags because I moved from Ohio a little while ago, or moved back to Maryland from Ohio a little while ago. So I still got tags. I got to switch that out. But he made kind of like a joke about you have to switch your tags. Maryland has this thing where you have to switch your tags because I don't know, maybe it's because just to get more money or something along those lines. Just kind of cracking jokes with me. Just a really cool guy, right? It could have went really different, if I don't know if it was just because of how I interact with people. I'm not angry at him. I know he's just doing his job. I have no reason to have an attitude. It was a mistake I made. And, so, I mean, it just went so smooth and I ended up getting a ticket. And he could have gave me a ticket for failure to obey proper place traffic control device, driving in excess of reasonable and, what's it say? Prudent speed on highway. I don't know. So basically speeding, and then failure to display registration card because I had my registration, but I forget what it looked like. I had certificates of registration. But anyway, I had this whole bunch of paperwork I got combined together. I couldn't find it. So he easily could have gave me multiple, tickets for that and fines, but just a cool guy. So with that, I want to give a shout out to, oh man, I'm going to probably butcher this. Officer CPL, which I'm not sure what that means. I'm guessing it's like Captain Lieutenant J. GIUNTA? I'm sorry, it's GIUNTA. GIUNTA? Anyway, Officer J. GIUNTA. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. Big shout out to you. You're an awesome guy. Also, like the arm tats. Pretty awesome. But not only in this situation, but in multiple situations, honestly, in all the situations in my life, all the times I got pulled over, and I have done some pretty wild things. I mean, I remember one time, this was back in the day, I was probably 19, but I was coming back from the club with the young lady, which looking back on it now was questionable in the sense of it's probably the first time I ever got something put in my drink, but I don't know. I ended up, going down this long road that ended up having a roundabout, but I wasn't, I was kind of blacking in and out. It was my irresponsible days. But anyway, I was probably doing about 70 or 80, kind of blacked out, I guess, went straight through the roundabout, hit the roundabout, probably cleared half of it. I mean, I'm doing 70, or I was probably at least doing 70, and cleared probably half of it, landed on the other side, and then I went probably about 70 to 80 feet down this kind of little mound of grass, dirt, and bushes divider between the two roads. So my car's sitting in that, smoking, just crazy. This is 2 in the morning. Get pulled over by 2 cops, and I'm not gonna lie, I was gone. I was wasted. I mean, I had quite a few drinks, and again, I don't know, something was weird about that night. But anyway, pulls up. I guess somebody saw the crash and came over, and I'm wasted. I'm sitting on the corner and curb with this chick, and she starts crying. She's like, "Oh, my phone! I need my phone!" So I'm like, "All right, I'll get your phone." So I get up, start walking to the car. They're like, "Hey, what's going on?" I was like, "Oh, she needs her phone." He's like, "I would just sit down for right now." And I was like, I mean, but she really wants her phone." He was just like, "Sit down." So I sat down. I mean, it's a cop. I'm drunk. I just crashed my car, and I'm not gonna give him a hard time because he's been cool. Long story short, I was able to get a hold of my sister because she was bartending, I think, at the time, and she was able to come and pick me up. But yeah, they let me go. No fines, no tickets, no nothing. I was drunk. I was clearly drunk. I just wrecked my car. I mean, and it was just one of those things where just some cool cops. I mean, I didn't even do anything. I didn't even really get a chance to talk to them. So I mean, I don't know. I just think police get a bad rep. I mean, I think what people need to understand is when you, let's put it this way. If you, let's say you went to Afghanistan, right? You're in a war zone and it's just bullets flying and things going on, right? And you could randomly get bombed at any time or anybody could run up on you at any time. You're going to do your best to prepare yourself and be prepared. I mean, likely you're going to be on edge a little bit. I mean, there's likely people around that want to harm you, and just because of, they see you as, I don't know, in this case, you could say an American or something like that, to where it's like they just have this grudge against you, right? So if you could put yourself in that situation as you as the one having to watch your back, I think it would give you a different perspective of what police have to go through daily, especially when, you know, patrolling in war zones. And unfortunately, there are a few of those around here, especially I live in Baltimore right now. So, I mean, I'm pretty close to a war zone. So you just have to be a certain way. And if people could understand that, I mean, it's common sense. I mean, the people who live in the war zone, they know how it is. Always kind of having to watch your back and look around. So, I mean, they're doing the same thing you're doing. And I just think it's interesting, in the words of one of my inspirations, Childish Gambino, and This Is America. He's like, look how I'm living, no. Police be tripping, no, right? And I think everybody knows there's kind of some hidden things behind that. And what I take from that is that, like, look how I'm living, right? If you're living like if you're just wilding out and just going crazy, right? And not even caring about anybody else around you or doing anything else, and you're just being just wild, right? You know, um, police be tripping now. Police are going to start tripping if you're just wilding out. I mean, being as though that's their job to try to keep things in somewhat order, you know, um, it's just an interesting thing. Like you just really have to understand, like, a lot of the cause of, the police related issues is because of, it could be because of how people are, the idea that people have of the police in the first place, and then how the people are acting just as human beings. This is not to say that all police are great. I mean, understand, again, just like people, you have people who are just some wild, crazy ass people and just do some really ignorant stuff, but they're not all like that. And I think if people could view police like that and then just take it, every situation at a time without like having this preconceived notion of what's going to happen, because that in itself is going to cause you to get anxious and nervous and shit. It's going to be weird because you're already thinking something's going to happen, right? And then just act civilized. Just be a fucking human being. I mean, you don't have to, submit to all their demands. But if you're getting pulled over for speeding, don't get mad at them. If you're getting, you're doing some dumb shit, you can't get mad because somebody whose job is to keep shit in order is doing that. And again, I mean, I know people aren't going to agree with that, but that's fine. And maybe they're going to say, I know every situation is different. I'm a different type of person. I carry myself a certain way by choice. And, I interact with people a certain way. And maybe that's the reason why I've never had any issues. I mean, I've never had any issue. Interestingly enough, the one time I had an asshole cop, it was it's an African-American dude. Just hatred in his soul. I don't know. It's weird. But I mean, that's kind of interesting that's, I've had this opposite experience. And I just wanted to put that out there, give a shout out to the officer who pulled me over for being so just cool guy. Like, he just seems like somebody you'd want to hang out with, just like if you were in that situation. But I just wanted to randomly make this video, hopefully to, you know, bring some, maybe some light to the fact that, you know, they're just people. Police are just people, just like us. So, you know, if you treat them like that, I think you get that kind of treatment in return. You get treated like a person. People understand you make mistakes. You don't see things. The little things happen, you know, and especially when, you know, they're willing to not sweat little things, that they can just kind of say, hey, don't do it again. And they do that. Props, much props. Shout out. Shout out to police in general. I mean, I don't care. I respect police. Let's put it that way. I don't want to say the wrong thing. I definitely respect police. And I'm thankful they're around. So just wanted to make this quick video. And yeah, until next one, you guys keep it moving, stay positive, and I'll see you on the next one. Yeah. Peace. I pull up in Lexus like it's 07, I just hit a lick, I gotta hit the next one. Last year, I know you learned your lesson, I could GPS you if you need addressing. Boss up, I'm the bigger homie, but I'm 1 year older than my little homie.